Stop lying to yourself and to me.
I'm not lying
you
to
sure
anyone,
are.
pal.
Fine,
Like I said, hey, get back to the
prove
point.
To me
prove
that. No, I'm...
Prove! Prove your God exists. Don't be talking to me about some woman who I don't even know. That was the point. You're getting way off the point.
No, I'm not getting off.
Right.
The point is, you're intellectually naive if you think that
It's
you have to
not
prove
naive,
something
pal.
in order to believe it. When you're approaching a green traffic light, do you prove that the guy coming down opposite towards the red light is going to stop before you go through it?
A lot of times they don't, pal.
Do you prove that they're going to stop at the red light before you go through your green light? Do you prove that the pharmacist in that bottle of medicine has put the right medicine? Or do you trust based on evidence of...
Aujourd'hui, on va analyser une vidéo où un athée plein d'animosité a posé des questions sur l'existence de Dieu à knechtle lors d'un débat sur un campus universitaire. Ce qui suit est une conversation fascinante qui vous tiendra en haleine. Mais voici le problème. Cet athée n'est pas prêt à écouter la raison. Et c'est ce qui rend cet échange si intéressant. Alors, Cliff pourra-t-il fournir des éléments pointant vers l'existence de Dieu? Et cet athée sera-t-il prêt à changer d'avis? Découvrons-le.
Not one shred of evidence.
All
We
right.
go to a university where we use facts to argue rationally. We use facts to prove things. You know, we use evidence, we experiment, we test. You can't give us one shred of proof that your mythical Middle Eastern war god exists.
All right, would
Answer
you please
that.
prove to me that this woman has a rational mind?
Rational mind? I don't know that for certain yet. I haven't talked with her long enough. I don't even know her.
Good. But if you did talk with her long enough, and if you listened to articulate speech flowing from her lips, although you could not prove that she has a rational mind, based on the evidence of her articulate speech, you would act and live your life as if she did have a rational mind, would you not?
No, not necessarily. I'd have to put it to experimental proof.
Stop lying to yourself and to me.
I'm not lying
You
to
sure
anyone,
are.
pal.
Fine,
Like I
then
said,
give me-
hey, get back to the
Prove
point.
to me that.
Prove.
No, I'm...
Prove! Prove your God exists. Don't be talking to me about some woman who I don't even know. That was the point. You're getting way off the point.
No, I'm not
Prove.
getting off. I'm trying to show
many
you how
times does it have to be
intellectually naive
said?
you are
Evidence.
in standing out here saying, unless you can prove something, you don't believe it. Rubbish.
I can- I
You
heard
cannot
many
prove
things
that
that I
anybody
can
has a
prove.
rational mind. You believe they've got rational minds. Why? Not because you can prove it, but because the evidence of the way they speak in an articulate way, the evidence of the way they dress in an orderly way, points to the fact that between their two beautiful ears lies a rational mind. But you can't prove squat, sir.
You call that orderly?
Yeah, I sure do.
Well, that's a matter of subjective opinion now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah? Well, I can promise you that when UC Santa Barbara decides who they're going to accept as students, they don't just engage in a crapshoot. They look at SATs, they look at GPAs.
Right. Well, let's see.
And they say,
let's see
have
God's
you displayed
let's
the
see God's
academic
GPA and his
excellence to
SAT
make it in
scores.
here?
Then maybe he'll get into UCSB.
Right. So although they can't prove that that student is brilliant, the evidence of their academic record is that through high school and by taking SATs and doing well, they can thrive in this academic institution.
Tangible proof that can be read, can be seen, can be felt, can even be tasted if you want to eat it.
When have you tasted, felt, or saw someone's rational mind? You haven't. The evidence is that people have rational minds. Based on that evidence, you believe that they have rational minds. You don't prove it.
That still remains to be seen in this day and age. With
Fine. Do you bring a
wars
chemistry
and
kit every time you
suffering
go down to eat dinner at a
exploitation of
restaurant?
the-
You don't prove things in life.
Sure
You
I
don't
do.
bring your chemistry kit to the cafeteria to chemically analyze the food before you eat it.
I don't
Instead-
need to. I've eaten most of this stuff before.
Good.
I've tested it, tasted it. There's proof that it exists.
You have not tested
I
the
don't have
food
to
that
take
you're
it on
about to eat
faith
for
that it's
lunch.
food.
You haven't tested that? But based on evidence that UCSB does not hire crooks for cooks, you sit down and eat that food without chemically analyzing it.
Yeah, exactly. My point. I've proven it. I can eat
No,
the
you
food.
have not.
You're missing the whole point.
No, you're
And
missing
you're
my
not. And you're
comeback.
not giving me the proof that I am demanding. Prove
Sure.
that your God exists.
The point is, you can't prove anything in
Let's
life.
bring him down. I'd like to shake his hand, ask him a few questions in person.
Fine, but the point is, you're intellectually naive if you think that
It's
you
not
have to prove
naive,
something
pal.
in order to believe it. When you're approaching a green traffic light, do you prove that the guy coming down opposite towards the red light is going to stop before you go through it?
A lot of times they don't, pal.
Do you prove that they're going to stop at the red light before you go through your green light? Do you prove that the pharmacist in that bottle of medicine has put the right medicine? Or do you trust based on evidence of reliability? I cannot prove that God exists, but I can give you more than enough evidence that God exists. The evidence is the order and the design of the cosmos points to an intelligent mind.
Not necessarily.
Of course it does.
No, it doesn't. We're a chaotic universe. I mean, our values and belief systems here are chaotic.
Well, I definitely agree with that.
Because you've gotten everybody to march in Nazi lockstep with yours doesn't necessarily make it true.
Well, that's for sure. I'm not asking you to believe that God exists because I believe God exists. You'd be a fool to do that. I'm asking you to believe that God exists because the order and design of the cosmos points to some type of intelligent mind.
It could be Osiris. It could be Isis.
Sure, you bet it could be Osiris.
Any number of mythical
Could be
explanations that have risen up over the 100,000 or so years that,
I agree.
that our species has been in existence.
That's correct. But then, aren't you agreeing with me then that there's got to be some type of God or
No,
gods?
I'm not agreeing with you at all. I'm simply saying that we've made up these explanations. Any one of them could be equally as plausible, not proof. Plausibility.
Fine. Then how is it plausible for you as a thinking human being to conclude the order and the design of the cosmos is an accident? How is that plausible?
Order
So
can
you and I are
arise from
standing at the
chaos.
foot of Mount Rushmore. And now while we're standing at the foot of Mount Rushmore, I say, wow, look at the way the water has dripped down the rock face there. By golly, that's the head of Washington. Oh, isn't that Lincoln? Man, that's Jefferson, and there's old Teddy Roosevelt. Isn't it incredible the way the water just sort of eroded away those heads on Mount Rushmore? That is
Go to the
absurd.
library and check out
That
the
is
books with
totally
the photographs
brainless
of
to
the
believe
people
that.
carving it.
Take 10 pennies, number them 1 to 10, put them in your right pocket, pull them out sequentially. I ain't standing around holding my breath waiting for you guys to pull it off. If you can't do something that simple, how on earth can you argue for the plausibility that the human eye, the human central nervous system, the quote laws of nature are a cosmic accident? Really? That's like the unabridged dictionary being the result of an explosion in a printing factory. No, it does not happen that way. You do not get order and design by chance out of chaos. Order and design points to some type of intelligent mind.
No, not necessarily. As I just said, order can arise out of chaos. Chaos means no intelligent design behind it.
Oh, really? Give me one example out of your life where order comes about by chaos. Like the shirt, or the glasses, or the watch that you're wearing. Hey, it's an incredible accident I found on the side of the road today, isn't it? Boy, oh boy, isn't it amazing the way the glass just sort of flew into place? The metal just sort of came together? The extra pieces of metal just sort of fell off, and lo and behold, as a result of the impersonal plus chance plus time, we had a wristwatch. Amazing accident, isn't it, guys? Incredible discovery on the side of the road.
En tant que chrétien, je comprends que fournir une preuve de l'existence de Dieu est une tâche complexe. Bien qu'il soit vrai que l'on ne puisse pas fournir de preuves scientifiques de la même manière que pour un phénomène physique, mais il existe bel et bien des preuves scientifiques qui témoignent de certains miracles attribués à Dieu, comme par exemple le miracle eucharistique de l'anciano, où l'hostie s'est transformée lors de la messe en chair humaine et a été confirmée analysée scientifiquement en 1971, ou encore le linceul de Saint-Suaire de Turin, considéré comme le tissu ayant enveloppé le corps de Jésus après sa mort. De récentes études ont confirmé son authenticité et sa datation à l'époque de Jésus. Ce linceul porte des traces de sang humain et des marques correspondant aux blessures d'une crucifixion. Poignets, pieds, côtés et traces d'une couronne d'épines, suggérant qu'il a couvert une personne ayant souffert intensément. En 2022, une technique moderne de diffusion de rayons X permet de rendre l'image visible sur le linceul, en négatif, et d'une finesse exceptionnelle, sans peinture ni pigment, et résulte d'une oxydation superficielle des fibres de lin. Les scientifiques estiment qu'une énergie lumineuse très intense, instantanée et uniforme serait nécessaire pour reproduire cet effet, ce qui reste impossible avec les technologies modernes ni celles de l'époque. Aucune explication naturelle ou artificielle n'a pu recréer toutes ces propriétés, laissant place à l'hypothèse d'une émission d'énergie divine liée à la résurrection, comme décrit dans la Bible. Ces miracles agissent comme des indices de sa présence, En démontrant que ces événements extraordinaires ne peuvent être expliqués que par une intervention divine, cela revient indirectement à prouver son existence. Ainsi, en établissant que Dieu est la seule explication rationnelle derrière ces faits, on arrive, d'une certaine manière, à justifier son existence. Il existe des arguments logiques et philosophiques qui soutiennent la croyance en Dieu, et aussi des découvertes historiques et archéologiques qui confirment certains passages de la Bible. Mais revenons-en à la vidéo. Tout d'abord, il est important de reconnaître que l'existence de Dieu dépasse le domaine de l'enquête scientifique. La science se limite à l'étude du monde physique et des phénomènes naturels, alors que Dieu, en tant qu'être surnaturel, existe en dehors du domaine physique. Par conséquent, chercher une preuve empirique de l'existence de Dieu n'est pas une approche viable. À la place, nous pouvons explorer des arguments philosophiques et logiques qui apportent un soutien à cette croyance. L'un de ces arguments est l'argument cosmologique, qui postule que tout dans l'univers a une cause et qu'il doit donc y avoir une cause ultime, ou une première cause qui a initié l'existence de l'univers. Cette première cause est souvent comprise comme étant Dieu. De plus, l'argument téléologique suggère que le design et l'ordre complexe de l'univers, qu'il s'agisse du réglage fin des constantes physiques ou de la complexité des organismes vivants, indiquent l'existence d'un créateur intelligent. La complexité et la précision du monde naturel impliquent une intention et un but. Il est également essentiel de noter que la foi joue un rôle fondamental dans la croyance en Dieu. La foi n'est pas une acceptation aveugle, mais une confiance et une assurance en une puissance supérieure, basée sur une combinaison de preuves, d'expériences personnelles et de la conviction intérieure du Saint-Esprit. Ces arguments fournissent une base rationnelle et logique à la croyance en Dieu. Il est essentiel d'aborder la question de l'existence de Dieu avec un esprit ouvert et une volonté d'explorer les divers arguments philosophiques et logiques proposés au fil de l'histoire. J'espère que cette explication aide à comprendre les raisons de la croyance en Dieu, même si elle ne satisfait pas pleinement votre scepticisme. En tout cas, merci d'avoir regardé cette vidéo. N'oubliez pas de liker, de vous abonner et de partager.